There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the globe. Calling for people who willing to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end of promise of death. The welcome and life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make you again Sktv menu. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And you say no money, emu aye yo. And you love me, emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the globe. Calling for people who willing to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandpa's and Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Penku, Bombay, Cape Mount, Monserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, it is the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best around the world, and Sktv, we are the best among the other network that you may think about or that you want to get in mind. But again, people, good evening and good morning, good afternoon, based on your location. Let me say the pleasant good evening and welcome to the Wednesday edition. For a matter of fact, today is May week, the May week edition of the Sktv show, and today is the 5th of November, the month to remember. You know, so many things already happening, and so many things will happen from now up to the ending of this month, or in fact up to the what? Up to the 2nd or the 3rd of January. You know, as usual now, the festival seasons start from this month up to January, so now the 2nd or the 3rd or the 4th, the 5th. You know, there are a lot of people, there are a lot of you out there today who are maybe putting your, you know, your traveling documents together, thinking about where to go and spend the season. You know, you have been thinking, maybe some of you thinking about coming back home, at least to rest your live, you know, your little mentor, you know, yeah, at least for you to rest your body a little bit after pushing out of the hours, you know, working hard. Maybe you think about coming back home at least. But again, people, good evening and welcome. Let's share the show. For matter of fact, if you're just joining us, let me say thank you for joining us. And let's share the show. How we get in contact with our Nima County, our team, that is our Sheikh. We got to get some update from Sheikh as to what's going on there in Nimba. You know, they've been doing everything possible to join us. So very soon, they will always be here. They will also be here with us, at least to give us all of the happening, you know, in Nimba. So, folks, yes, let's share the show. At least so that the show, the show will be, you know, as usual. We don't carry what we call, those of you who know these things, we don't carry any kind of things, or, you know, when I want to say, but We don't joke. Yeah, we don't joke when we come here. We don't waste our time, our energies, to come here to play. That some of you always doing, But for us here, we come here to speak the truth to power. Yeah, Jeremiah Kola, my dear brother, who you playing? How Sano County. They are good news though. Coming from the CMC. The CMC will soon be in Sano. From matter of fact, I think district number 3. Yes, we'll also discuss that. We'll also talk about that on today. And the solidarity, right? Yeah, the solidarity for trust. Yes, solidarity for what? For trust a new day. The STEM. Yes, indeed, the STEM just have their latest press release that talk about they will not what? They will not have any meeting or security meeting with holy hustlers. They call them religious people, holy hustlers. We'll also talk about that. We'll also chip in on that. Yeah, the country is getting interesting day by day. But again, those of you, maybe if you don't know STEM is a civil society group, that was that July 17, yes, indeed. The group that protested on July 17, yes, indeed, headed by former chairman of the CDC, Moba Modu. In fact, yes, indeed, Moba Modu held that group. And he said that, yes, the Ministry of Justice wrote them and communication, for them to have some meeting, security meeting, and so on, back to back on that December 17 plan. Mind you, maybe some of you are just maybe hearing this. For matter of fact, the solidarity and trust for a new day, or STEM, through its chairman, Moba K. Modu Jr., officially, in fact, they launched their December 17 lead or leave protest. Yes, some that very interesting. But again, that's the country for us. So we always have to move. Make sure that we hold our leaders accountable, because I can still recall, right, during those days, what kind of protest that we have doing was that we are stepped up good. I think we have something I protest at that first, called we are stepped down. So maybe the one is leave or leave. But anyway, people, let's share the show. So many things, like I said, so many things to talk about today. Monk will soon be here with us. Mr. Connor will join us tomorrow. Tomorrow be holiday though. Those of you maybe you don't know, but tomorrow, I think tomorrow will be is that fast and prayer or Thanksgiving? I think Thanksgiving Day. Yes, indeed. Tomorrow will be Thanksgiving Day. Tomorrow is holiday, or in fact, tomorrow will be holiday. So yes, tomorrow will be holiday by the grace of God. Those of all that will see the day on tomorrow. Yes, indeed. We will be celebrating a Thanksgiving Day. Let's share the show, people. Let's share the show. What are you doing? Please give us a like, comment, and share. Let me see quickly. Let me send the link to the other panelists so that they will be able to join us. But again, let's share the show. We will talk about this thing, their protests and so forth. Some of you who are, always in a habit of insulting people whenever they want to stand up against ills in society. For you, all you see is politics. Everything about you is just about politics, and insult. It's because of some of you today that other people are afraid to even come out or even stand up to talk, or in fact for them to even discuss issues, because they think that someone somewhere will insult them, will make it look like in fact they don't have right to talk. You are the only person, you are the only educated person, you are the only person that maybe in fact, you are the only Liberian who have the right to talk or to discuss or to agree or to disagree. So you don't want for other people to even talk. No, it's wrong. Let me tell you, if this remain in the heart of people and they don't express, sometimes they go by what we call violence. Allow people to freely express. Don't force people into a cage. You want to force people like you are the only person that so say one, so say all. No, man, we have to stop this. Allow people, whether it's in our favor, whether it's against us, whether The only thing is, let it be for the common good of the country. What are we bringing the message? What are we the reverend messengers? What are we not? Even let me tell you. Yeah, but just try to show people. I was asking someone, I said, so what do? So the pastors, so the pastor that can bring the word of God to us, are they the reverend messenger? Sometimes you don't be. Anyway, people don't. Yeah, man. Sometimes when you want to talk, you say, "Oh, you want you like that." No, but sometimes there's an issue. You don't say who is the rightful, who is not the right. No, the main issue here is let people speak to the issues that are affecting the people. Simple. If it were so to say, okay, maybe is not qualified maybe to speak. Even you who are also qualified to even speak, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, anyway, yeah, let me recognize a few of our people. Let's share the show, people. Mr. Connor will soon join us. Very, very. So every day, people not the right messenger. That you who the right messenger, come out. Come out and talk. Come out and stand up for your people. Saying that you the right, okay, so that means the message is right. But the pastor or the religious man or the imam who's sending that message out, he's not the reference messenger. Good. Since you are they have a reference messenger, you have no sin. You know? Yeah. Anyway, that is society of ours. So let's move. Yeah, let's move. This country of ours, it is indeed. For me, all I can say to all of us, let's allow people to talk. Let's allow people to stand up for anything. Whether they the right messenger, whether they are the wrongful messenger, or what you may call, allow them. That's the beauty of democracy. Allow people. Allow people. What not to be intimidating people, insulting people, you're making things look, you gotta stop. You're making the whole country look tense. Let me be frank. Most of it, because of your behavior today, the whole country don't look stressful. Like people, there's no way that people can easily associate because people are afraid. They don't even want to even come out or even talk. But anyway, we'll move into all of these things. We will read Mo Ali post. When Mo Ali posted today, he said that I think I will go to that post quickly and then we'll read that. But let me call Sheikh. I want to hear from Nimba County quickly. Then we'll come back. We'll read on the Musa Hassan Belete post also concerning Sano County, where you talk about building another point. All right. So we can get Sheikh. Yes. So maybe Sheikh will be listening to us. Please, people, let's share the show. Let me see first. Myself, let me share the show. Let's share the show. Yeah. It's not easy. Every time we are insulting each other, even on the internet, when people post, you see them going after you. Wow. Why are you not going after the people that are putting you into slavery? Why? But you want to go after your own brother who also speaking against the ills. And like, for example, even when things get better, all of us, our lives will get better. And when things go worse, you think all of us, our life will not be, just stop the kind of behavior. So according to Honorable Mo Ali of the Water and Sewer quickly, yeah, if I say, so they say awarding a contract to a Seven-Lunia company is wrong. Eh? I'm asking now, the man speaking in the lowest form or the colloquial way. So they say awarding a contract to a Seven-Lunia company is wrong. Eh? Because we're hearing that there's I think company that's supposed to be a water or construction company that's supposed to be a water to I think to construct the road from I think that from the Freeport or from St. Paul Bridge all the way going to Bombay, and that going came out in. So and that company, according to a confirmed report, and even though they are stayed into the Senate stayed on that. Yes, so the Senate, they are still reviewing that. That's about, I'm hearing about 300, I think $364 million to be given to the contractors or to the company. So based on that, Liberians, they had their own mixed reactions. People are saying, no, why you don't want to empower your own? If you want to come back here in West Africa or right here in Africa. Why would you want to even go right in Sierra Leone who are also struggling like you? So based on that, Mo Ali said, okay, so if you people are saying that awarding a contract to Sierra Leone company is wrong, that's a question you ask. That mindset is struck or is still struck in the outdated belief that Africans can not excel. You know, and he quoted about money, blah, 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 blah. And honestly, I wish we could give every contract to companies from neighboring countries. It's time we trust our own and build each other. Quote. Oh God. Anyway, that share the show, people. Yeah. So Mo Ali is saying that it's time that we trust our own, but they are taking Honorable Musa Hassan Beriti, his businesses. They're taking everything from him. Even the little bridge that you want to build for the people, they are also stopping him. But they are saying it's time that you trust your own. These are people that you voted for, that you are still supporting in the name of, because they are quote unquote, they are your partisan, or they are part of your party. Where in the world somebody of this position, where Liberians are crying that they are already spectators in their own country, and you come up with this kind of a statement, and you proud, saying that so we should give contract, or we should be able to empower other people. Granted, nobody is saying that you can't do that, but you cannot empower other people and abandon your home. I don't even get it. I don't even know which content in trying, or in fact, which way you're really trying to even speak, or what you're really trying to say. That you are abandoning your own companies, because we have so many contractors or so many construction companies here in Liberia that can also do these things. The only thing they need is empowerment. Sometimes government will owe them 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 months. Sometimes government will owe them 1 year after when the budget already gone. They still be telling people that, oh yeah, the budget not passed here. When the budget passed, we will give your money, we will do this to you. And some of the people today, their companies or their businesses all broke down. Everything they have gone just because of government refusal to pay them their money. Sometimes, in fact, government will even go as far as telling them that do the work first, we will reimburse you. And these are things that our government do to our people, to our businesses, to our companies. Strangulate them, that even you can't, there's no way for them to even breathe. But today it's brave to say that, yes, let's give a contract to our neighbor. What's wrong with us giving contract to our neighbor? But you are telling Honorable Musa Hassan Beriti that, no, don't build a bridge. We have the bridge business already in our mind, already to do. The same government, the same group of people. And you know, power is, yeah, let me be sharing. I'm still sharing to show people, you know, power is time. And I can tell anybody for a matter of fact, everything under the sun is time and season. That's why when you have power, or when you have all of the best of opportunity, don't misuse it. Don't use it against people in a terrible way, or what we call a bad way, you know, because when you do, the day you lose the power, or the day everything of you, everything gone away, then you start to say people are witch hunting you, or people don't like you, or this and that. No. So, morally, if you want to empower people, the first group of people to even empower today is Liberians. Your own Liberian company, your own businesses, your own Liberian brothers and sisters who are struggling. I know most of them. Most of them, I know them. Like, in fact, government even gave them contracts. Some of the painting contracts, but government be owing them. Everybody want court. Everybody want cut from a little job or a little thing that they will give to somebody to do for them or for government. They will want cut. So even at the end of the day, the company will even lose just because you want cut. The other minister too want cut. The other one want cut. Everyone, you know, and let me be frank, those of you who are watching. Sometimes I know, sometimes you may not feel happy, maybe when saying these things, but these are facts. Every time when you are bidding for somebody concession or some of the things that some of you can be going for here and there, and sometimes you find it difficult that maybe sometimes that you can win at the end of the bid, even no matter how qualified you are. You have all of the equipment, you have everything to do the work, but you don't get the last one. I'm sharing the show, man. Yeah, you don't have the last one. And some of you don't want to what we call some kind of what we can always use you know, in a simpler form. Is that navigate the verb? Yes, I feel I don't know what kind of some kind of way we can always say, you know, if you don't want to make that available for the people, you will not get a contract. So you see how government in, government out has been strangulating our people. And they will come here and say, oh, it's wrong for you to empower foreign people, is this and that. Yeah, for me, I will tell you from now on, until our country can be built by Liberians, my brother, or Mr. Whatever is our boss. No need to give contracts outside to people because you need money. If you empower your own company, for example, you have 4 to 5 companies here that even construct, then it should even be shame to us because we have engineers every time when there's graduation, but we're paying outside to come and do our work. So we're making our children or we're making these graduates to look like what they have learned and nothing. It's just empty, maybe it made no sense for them to even learn what they learn. And what are you telling us? So if you're going to wear a alone, what you can do here? So that one, let's move in quickly. Let me see. I don't know what Monk is here already. Okay, Monk will soon be here. Monk is there. Yeah, Monk will soon be. So let me move quickly to STEM. Yeah, let's move on to the solidarity and trust for a new day, or STEM. You know, in the latest letter or the latest press release that they just put out, coming from so this is STEM to boycott. STEM said, in fact, they will boycott. Who they again, my people? All right. So text me, please. Those of you who calling, I don't know whether it's actually call or check, please text me that I will know. So STEM to boycott Justice Ministry invite. You know, the country interesting. You know what they can say? Oh God, I don't even know what. Yeah. So I'm coming quickly. Let me see. Let me be reading it from this side instead of, yeah. So yeah, Mark will soon be here with us. Bear with us a little bit, people. So yeah, so we will. Okay, even though you're having your serious competition about who bringing buses, who doing this, who doing who doing that, we will talk about that also maybe in passing. But STEM to boycott Justice Ministry invite will not attend security meeting if compromise council of churches leaders are included, according to STEM. STEM are saying that our religious people or the council of churches, they are compromised. So if they will be part of that meeting, that means they will not be there, according to STEM. STEM confirmed receipt of the Ministry of Justice. Oh yeah. Sorry. So STEM confirmed receipt of the Ministry of Justice invitation to a security roundtable ahead of the December 17th lead or leave protest, affirming readiness for peaceful coordinations However, the resistance movement says it will boycott the meeting if the current leadership of the Liberia Council of Churches, or the LACC, is included, describing them as compromised regime collaborators who have lost moral credibility through silence, bias, and unethical alliance with power. STEM maintains its commitment to nonviolence, democratic advocacy, and insists that any engagement with internal parties must uphold fairness. Yeah, this person is quite really, really disturbing me. So, yeah, so STEM is saying that they will not be part of any meeting. Let me just make it short. STEM is saying that they will not be part of any meeting that the Liberia Council of Churches will be part of. In fact, they even went as far, even calling them, yes, they also said, holy hustlers. That's how they call them. They said, leave or leave, enough is enough. No retreat, no surrender. That's what STEM is saying. So those of you who join us, STEM is solidarity for solidarity of trust and a new day, or STEM, headed by former CDC chairman Moluba Molu, who also in fact is a chairman. So yes, indeed, folks, that's one of our talking points today. We'll be looking at that. I don't know what say you, but again, the government headed by the Ministry of Justice called STEM on a roundtable discussion to have meeting with them. They are now saying that no, John Molu, or in fact, Mobile Molu, you have to come on. We have to talk because we don't want maybe we don't want any violence during a protest and so forth. So maybe these are reasons that they're calling them for the meeting. But then, you know, unusual. When they call you for meetings, now, for example, some of you that want to stand up tomorrow, maybe to, you know, against some things or things that are happening. You know, when the government call you, the government will always sometimes include the religious people, you know, include them into some of the discussions. They want them to be part, so they will include them so that they will talk to you. They will talk to you. And then you calm down. You know, when they talk to you, then you calm down in the name of, okay, yeah, let's live, you know, for peace sake. You know, the country is indeed interesting. So, my point into this entire release, or they and in fact STEM and that the government or the civil society group and that of the Ministry of Justice and the religious people, I will do it bit by bit. Let me begin with the religious people. You know, the religious people has been described as holy hustlers by STEM. You know, compromised group of people, bias. You know, I think they posted. That was the time when the visa issue, you know, when that news broke up, you know, they posted on their page, and the comments on their page or on their post was not encouraging. You know, we all, for me, I grew up, I born into the Christian cycle, and I grew up into the Christian life, so I understand. I read the Bible. I know everything now at this stage. I know everything, and I understand all. But you know, human being, that there where we have some of us when we're ready to talk about some of our brothers and sisters, especially our sisters or mothers, who are wasting most of their time and their energy in worshiping some of the religious people, because most of the religious people, they use the either the Bible or the Quran to do all of their dirty deeds. Let me just say, you know, they hide behind the Bible. Maybe some of you don't even know, but what they do, they hide behind the Bible to do any other thing that they want to do. At the end of the day, they will come back to you and say, you know, because the Bible is the good book. You know, that talk about love, that talk about forgiveness, that talk about everything that you think about. But guess what? They will do all of the bad things. Now when things getting out of hand, even in the church, then they bring some of the sweet scriptures. Forgive, Love your brother. So they will do these things to manipulate, to brainwash people that want to stand up against the wrong things, even those same things even happen in the church. But they will call you aside and tell you that, the word of God, they start to cajole you so that justice can be prevailed. Even in the church. In the church, no justice. The Bible only says that when somebody wrong, you should just forgive them like that. No, there are procedures and there are process for which you will be able to forgive your brethren. But he said no. And the God we all serve, the God that some of all we know and worship and love so dearly, is a God of justice. But for us, they use the same God against us, our God. So you see the reason why our society today is so cruel and the hatred today become order of the day. It's very simple. Because these religious people, when they go to these various churches, just imagine, you don't know which party pour in or any in, but you go to the church. Instead of you preaching about salvation or preaching about how the society look, the first thing you start to attack one candidate or one party. What kind of preaching is that? People preaching now and then on political parties. People go to church. I go to church for salvation. I know everything what's happening outside. That's why I found my way to the church. But to the church, now the politics has overcome. In fact, the politics, is the order of the day in most of the churches. So that's why today we are poor and we're always looking for a way forward, thinking that our life is spiritual. Everything about us here is, in fact, is witchcraft. So they make you look like, look, these people, they succeeded. They and the politicians, they succeeded. I know I know how you feel, some of you. So when you join the same group of people who making your people to suffer, you join them. They gave something behind the scene. They gave you brown envelope. They go to your churches. They go to your church. Then they carry envelope, and you happily receiving it. What you will say, man of God? Nothing you will say anymore. Nothing you will say anymore. You are applying, or in fact, you are even requesting, or you are writing here and there for the person to come to your church, so that the day the person come to your church, the only thing that comes into your mind is the money you will make for the day. So you see where we're heading to today? So you see where we're heading to, right? You have a party chairman. Oh God. I will come back to STEM, then I'll go to the government. You have a party chairman who is reverend. Look, their life is interesting, man. You want me, Maybon, to believe that indeed this country, that we are serious? So even if Steve is saying this, the only thing Steve, you just got to go for that meeting. I will come back to you. But to even have a party chairman who is a reverend and see the kind of talks See the kind of statements that were coming out the feed time because of he made one other statement when he went at the one of our sister radio station that the other party will never come to power. Yeah, man of God. How do you say again, never be done to God? That's what you told us. How come you, as men of God, the thing that coming out of you that's supposed to be at least refined, even if people have issues to talk about, it shouldn't be you as men of God. Even if you have a political, in fact, that we're not going to say conflict of interest with God. That's it. God and politics and Gary. Let me tell you today. God and politics, they don't have it. Because if you are into party politics, how will you see the truth? And God like truth. God is God of justice. So if you are part of any political party, like for example, and they said the political party maybe something happened, and the political party maybe harm other people, or maybe something happened, what do you say there? So you see the conflict of interest. Every day that religious talk. So that even make me to believe what the death and the Point Johnson said in that a TRC report, that some of the religious people, you just manipulate everything just because you want to survive, just because you hide behind the Bible. When in this world, me, Mabon, that being greedy, when you still want, you're serving God, you have everything everything I think about, but still, you still wanting that in a war. That being greedy. Let me be frank, and let's say this thing to our people, even when they will not, in fact, whether they elect us or not, or whether they elect us or not, that's just the fact. Because these people, let me tell you, they will not change until Judgment Day, or until maybe next generation that will come. But these people, I find it difficult for them to change. Because even in the church, they corrupt the church. Then when they come outside, what happened there? Nothing. You in the church, you're not able to even give good accountability in the church. Good accountability in the church. That you are pastor. You pastor in a church. You tell the whole church like it's for you. Only belong to your one. Okay, anyway, let's move. So that's it. We have the men of God, Sensei. So Stems is saying that if they will not talk to them because they are holy hustlers, so they will not talk to them. They will not even stay in front of them to even talk to them. What do you see? You see where you're carrying us to? You see where you're carrying us to? Or you see where you're carrying us? That's why this country is the tension, the issue of insult, government officials causing people here and there. It's just goes scot-free because you're downing and whining with them. Yeah, sorry. So you make yourself like, look. So let me just say that in passing, right? You know how many people sometimes when they see some of us, they can be thinking that maybe we have all of the bells. In fact, we have money, we have we have car, we have this. So I tell them all about the whole church. I look very easy, I look very common. In fact, I don't even have it. That's the first thing. And I didn't get it. The one I see for the day, I thank God for that. But I'm happy to even reach that far in my life. And I'm grateful to God. So why come I go be killing myself here and there to be looking for what? So these are things that our people, our religious people, You always, if not the Muslims, the other imam that were tough talking here yesterday. I know imam cry or we're gonna oh God, yeah man. Let's move. But the country interesting. This country of ours, especially Africa, I don't know, is the money. I don't know what can very, very hold the people down for me. I don't really see it. Because if that money, me Mabel, if that money, yeah, then there's more money. Because to see yourself at a certain level that God bless you with the people, even for you to have people by your side, is money already. You know what I mean to have people by your side? It's money. To have thousands of people by you, they can get comment to. You already rich. What are you still looking for? So, mobile models are not coming to you. You know, I want to talk to you. Let me just put it in simple. Mobile models are not talking to you. Yeah? You are the religious people. You say you're holy hustlers. All of you are buyers. That when you say that, so let's move to STEM. Yeah, STEM. I think so far, I think you are the in fact that organization or STEM is the only organization that's still taught. And let me be frank and say this, that indeed I want to appreciate them for standing tall. You know, that's the best thing to do. Stand up for your right. Even Liberia can be like America, there will still be a problem and people will still stand up. You can make Liberia like America. Let me tell some of you today, because sometimes people can be asking, why the essence are you standing up? What is it? People have so many reasons to stand up. Maybe you don't know, but people have so many reasons. So allow them to stand up for the right, allow them to stand up and talk to the government. And let me tell some of you today, the reason why you see the CC government will have put it out. I can tell you some of these things. Maybe some of you don't know some of these things. CDC government, that June 7 protest. That June 7 protest, it was good for the government. It was not bad for the people to stand up. I was there, not there. In fact, the police, the tear gas, they fired some of us. In fact, we got affected and all that day. So let me tell you, it was the government own good. I think there were 14, either 14 bullet points or 14 all of their claims, and everything was 14. And they were recommending to government what they want government to do so the government can succeed. Exactly, that was their plight. Apart from that, nothing else. They went to the government and they told the government that, oh, government, we want you to do this. We want you to do that. They listed everything. They come out to 14. And the government said, who, me? That me will listen to you. And the government downplay that. Okay, Mon, you're joining us. Yeah, so let me bring Mon on. Yeah, Mon, good evening and welcome.
What's up, Melbourne? Hi to the listening audience. Man, I got caught up in something, and it's going to be tough around here moving forward because the time adjustment. You know, I got a program in my mind that I was supposed to be on Sktv at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, but because the time changed, I just left the gym. I went to use the bathroom when I pop up my phone before I saw you on like 30 minutes into the show, where I said, wow, it's supposed to be 12 instead of 1 o'clock. So I don't know. I think we got to make some adjustment with Sktv because the time different now. It's going to be tough for me.
Man. Sorry, my dear.
Anyway,
I know. Yeah.
That's why it is.
So thank you. So quickly, let me just technically then you come up. So the people, the June 7 protesters, they told the CZ-led government that there are so many things that you want to do that want you to do so that your government can succeed. CZ said, we'll not listen to you. We will do what we want to do.
Yep.
To look away is CDC.
Mm-hmm.
CDC is out. So when people stand up or when people come out to protest, don't get angry. Don't insult them. I see some of you insulting, you calling people names, you doing that, you doing all these things that waste of time. Allow them to come out with their ideas, their plans they have, even including the media that today you call against or anti you. Because if you listen, a government that wants to succeed, you will listen to your people. Whether who voted for you or not, any other person for that matter, they are all your citizens and they all voted for you and you are their leader. So you listen to them. But my brother, Mom, all of our governance system, they see these things like people don't like them. I'm talking about Stan, their latest release about, yes, I think you already saw that they will not have any meeting with our religious people because they are biased and they are political hustlers. Yes. So yeah, but go ahead, Mo.
You know, I didn't read it, but I skimmed over it a little bit when I saw that posting. I think it was somewhere on the Spoon Network that Stan wasn't going to attend any meeting with the religious council or the religious folks being part of it, and I support them 100%. It just tells you a lot how the society has evolved, that you got people from advocacy claiming to be the moralists than the people who are in the religious institution. Can you imagine that? You would expect that the religious people say, no, we don't want Stan because Stan is corrupt, but Stan is telling you that the religious people are the most corrupt people. It tells you that I don't look, that's why I keep telling people, I don't do religion, my brother, I do spirituality. That's how I evolved as a person, based on my time on this planet, my experiences. I don't do religion because I know, like I said, religion is just man-made. It's up. Religion got a part of politics to it too, right? You see what's happening around the world with tit for tat, people executing other people from different faiths. These things are all about mass manipulation and control. When you understand spirituality, you will see God in everything. You will try to emanate the attributes of God. That's why spirituality will teach you. So I don't buy into those religious people in big gowns and garment with that collar on the neck, and I don't buy those things. The thing when we're kids, we used to fall for those nonsense. Not anymore. We can see it. We live in it. We see how people are being brainwashed by these same folks. We see a man of God, people that a political leader is supposed to look up to for morality in terms of direction. And some men of God in lying on the ballot before a president. And you want me to respect those people? Can you imagine? Even during olden times when God had a message for the people, who he used the religious for the prophet. They were the one that came with the message. But these days, the prophet are the ones seeking glory. So why can you even respect your so-called prophet? I mean, I'm not saying that all men of God or all people into religion, they are all corrupt. But now the vast majority of them, only few, like I said, when you really study your own Bible or your religious book, when you really pay attention and take up the religious heart, you will see people for who they are. And you will know that a vast majority of them, they are not pushing the word of God or they are not pushing the gospel. They are pushing their own pocket, just like the way the politicians are pushing their own interest. That's just why it is. They just hide behind the Bible and any other religious text, whether it's the Quran, whether it's the Torah. They hide behind this thing to push their own radical agenda. And that's why it is. People need to wake up to the fact that don't buy too much into religion. Yeah. Look for God for yourself.
But not to even go further, how are you talking about? In fact, instead of the religious people holding people accountable, that people now holding them accountable. What kind of trend or what kind of I don't even know how to describe, but it is in this segment and confusing though.
What? You said who? Maybe repeat that. What you said?
I'm saying, based on your statement, that instead of the religious people holding people accountable, especially those leaders and so forth, that the people are holding them accountable. I'm saying It looked confusing to me and
It's
sickening to me.
confusing, right? It's the opposite. The only reason we look after religious people in society is for moral compass, because that's what religion will teach you. They give you rules, they give you laws, they give you a regulation for you to follow spiritually, right? That you shouldn't do this. That's why about morality we look up to religion. But the people who are into religion these days, the vast majority are just sharing out of everything. They are not there. They are not there for the right reason. Most of them, they are just finding a way out. They are trying to survive. The people who are really called to do the will of God, they are very few. There are not too many. But now, why you think in your country, every street corner you turn, there is a church, there is a mosque, but the society keep getting worse? Because the reason we keep building more churches and mosques is for us to become better people, right? So that we can put in place certain guardrails or guidelines to follow in life, in terms of moral compass. But why is it you got more churches and mosques every street corner you turn, every community, but yet when you look at the doings of the society, it keep getting worse every other day? It means that you cannot look up to religion this day or the religious leader for direction. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to church or you shouldn't go pray on Friday.
No, it's
don't
not
put too much egg in that basket. It's not working anymore. Thank God for yourself.
But let's look at religious people, even their own involvement also into politics with us for the first. I don't know, but for me, I think this is my first time seeing a reverend becoming a political party leader. I see.
That's it. Now, in Liberia, two things we look up to. We look up to the traditional leaders. They carry some kind of a political leverage in terms of persuading the people to follow a politician. And the religious leader, don't forget, it's not new. It's been happening in Liberia. Every killer and every warmonger have behind the Bible to get exonerated for their own doing. Because that's why our religion and vast majority of people who practice Christianity practice forgiveness. And when your enemy struck you on the left cheek, you should turn the right one so they can strike you again. So people who carry on atrocity, killing other people, destroying other people's life, when they want to find favor in society, what they do? They go to religion because they know we are inclined to forgive them and to let go of all their bad doing in society. So it's the same trend that keeps continuing. Charles Taylor Daly, even President Toba was a Baptist or president, right? Back in the days, in the 70s, for the Baptist War Alliance, white suit President Toba. So we start seeing the same trend that when you want to bamboozle or hoodwink Liberian people, you got to tend to religion and the traditional leaders because they are the one that will give you the most votes. That's just what it is. I'm not saying that they were doing it for the wrong reason, but most of the time that the new trend we have been seeing. All your warlords, what they became pastors, right? Mm-hmm. Why you think because God called them to be pastor? No, but in the Bible, that Paul, a man who wrote 2/3 of the New Testament, he was the one persecuting Christians around the world and killing them. So that's why they put the story in the Bible. So when you can go out there and kill people and you want forgiveness, just come and say you are a man of God and start speaking in tongues and people will forgive all the wrongdoings that you did.
And that's good, Mark. Actually, thank you. But I'll move with that same STEM also. So let's see more what's going to happen, because I was just talking about the issue of people carrying a petition to government and so forth. And sometimes government downplay these things. And at the end of the day, sometimes these things will come back and even haunt the government. We can even use CDC as a case study, maybe with that. What say you? With the issue of petition, people standing up and so forth?
Not petition, not only CDC, it's just universal, right? When you come to power, the people vote you for a reason. And when you are in power, you are no longer campaigning. You must deliver. That's why it's always, in every election, it's always easier for the opposition, and it becomes tougher for the people in power. Because when you are in the position of power, people don't expect you to campaign. People expect you to deliver. And it's very tough for you to deliver them when you're campaigning. When you're campaigning, nobody's holding you accountable. You can make all the promises. You can say everything will be free. You will be a skyscraper. You will open school. But then when you are given the reins of power, it becomes a whole different thing. So when you are in power, you stop seeing the things that you used to see in the opposition because you're seeing it from a different lens. Now you are inside looking out. The people who are the opposition, they are outside looking in. They are the one that can see all the ills in society, all the shortcomings, things that are not happening in the country. And guess what? They will give you so many reasons to rethink your strategy because now they are seeing things you are no longer seeing. The question is, when you are in power, how do you interpret the information coming off from the opposition become the major problem? Because now nobody is telling you to go and campaign. You are the one that must deliver. And you are not seeing things from the perspective as when you were in the opposition. But guess what? Smart leaders can take cues from people who are in the opposition and channel that information and make better decisions. But when you try to be stubborn, when you ignore reality, when you feel that you are untouchable because you are not in power, then it will come back to haunt you. And CDC was a case in point, recent memory. When you look at, like what I said, if you open the petition of the COP will have been the one to say Georgia presidency. Because everything that was recommended was only to make Georgia very popular and stronger. But guess what? The people that were in Inner Circle thought that it was politics, that they could ignore the reality. Oh, Mr. President, some muscle in the press. Mr. President, fire people from the mob of SSR. Mr. President, you need to make sure you can get in good both of the international community. And fire the president, the corruption you're doing, all that. No, those were all things that were meant to even make him popular. Like what I keep saying, if Georgia would have implemented just 50% of the 14 recommendations made by the COP, he would have been president today. But that's it, what we are. That's why it is.
And indeed, Mom, you are quite correct, 100%. I don't know, but for me, I don't get it that our leaders, or maybe is that because of the people surrounding them, Mom? Let's just say that maybe should we blame the people around them because we already sense some of these things. In fact, we've seen them already. Even when people want to stand up, you see a lot of people insulting, accusing, and in fact describing people with all kinds of names and so forth. So should we blame the people that are always supporting the leaders, maybe in a bad, maybe habits or behavior?
You can blame the people, but in terms of politics, the people will not be the one to take the blame, even though they are responsible also. That's why the president, he got a council, right? He got a advisor. He got he controlled the executive branch. He got his cabinet. They have cabinet retreat. They have cabinet meetings. That's what you do to go give the president some update. You're giving him feedbacks about things happening. And the president got his own advisor, political advisor, economic advisor. So these people, they are very, very cardinal in making sure the president can make better decisions. Remember, when you are elected president, they don't make you president because you have all the answers. No. The only difference is when you're president, you are the one that will make the last call when you finish getting all the information, all the feedback from your able-bodied lieutenants and your deputies, right? That's why the president is there for, to make tough decisions in critical times. So when you are the leader, you go to this meeting, you ask for feedback, and whether you're from the finance ministry, from the central bank, the feedback from the economy, the political wing, the narrative. But at the end of the day, the president is the one that is expected to make that tough call, to make that decision. So yes, from a political standpoint, you want to blame the advisor. That's why you got to know who you put in your inner circle. And how many of them will be sincere to you? Because most of them, they are nothing but kisser. Sorry for my English or my French. The ASS kisser. They are not there to put the president on the right track. They are just there to do yes, sir, because they want to maintain their job. You seeing it? So they will ignore things that will pose a risk to the president politically because of their own individual agenda, right? They look at things happen in the country. People complaining about, or maybe let's just say food prices, transportation, or the Zogo. I don't want to use the word Zogo, but pimping riders are complaining in the street. The people that are the lower end of the spectrum, they are the ones that can complain the most. And when they are complaining, they are in the vast majority, and they will be the one to either bring you down or to put you there. And those are the folks you listen to the most. So when these folks start complaining, when they start coming up with their grievances and mumbling against the government, then you should know something is not working and you need to change course. But like I said, it's up to the president to make that decision. But equally so, the people that are in the president's inner circle, they could also be held liable for the president's decision. That's why before you bring somebody and call them your political advisor, your economic advisor, you should know who you're bringing on board. That's why in politics or any other business endeavor, maybe, you don't want people that think like you. You want people that think opposite of the way how you think. Because when you just bring yes up, man, you won't be growing anywhere. You got to bring people who will push you to, who will say, Mr. President, we support you, but you know what? On this particular matter, we are not in agreement with you. You want to challenge the president also and push him to the limit so that he can be able to compromise on some of the things that you guys agree upon. But how many people will be able to do that when they are all kissing up for job? The whole idea of sycophancy. Yeah, you can play the sycophancy, but at the end, the president is going to be the one to take the biggest hit politically. So
and that's a mock. That's just the fact. People are pretending. People always. In fact, let me tell you. Yes, let me agree with you that most of the supporters or most of the followers or those quote unquote, even the religious people, because they are also there. They also in some of the offices. They are the one that are also advising the president. So they all sit back and pretend like, oh, Mr. President, don't respond to this thing, don't man that thing, if I don't stretch yourself, Mr. President, your health come first. You got to eat. You got to do this. If you're doing better, Liberia is on course. Then when you go to the battle pass, you start hearing 10, 0, 5. Then the president, well, how come? So I think more than me join to say yes. I think most of the presidents or most of our leaders that will be coming, be coming, you got to open your eyes. Because you're surrounding, I think all of your problem today, or all of our problem in this country is the surrounding of the president. Always creating for nothing tensions, for nothing hatred, here and there, for no reason. President Bouaka used to be one of the most talked about president because he was, Liberians will always say that in fact he had the experience. But today, the entire government have been hijacked by just few hundred people who think that they can dismiss the other person. They not like the other person. They will be putting other group of people double names. Double names. This thing alone even speak volume that indeed that these are things that what they do behind the scene. Because if you have double names or double appointments, when you have the person appointing the other person, then you have someone somewhere appointing the other person. So, Monk, you are quite correct, and they don't care about.
The whole thing about experience, I don't buy the narrative of experience. Experience is like relative. You could be experienced in good things. You could also be experienced in bad things. If I have given you a job before in government and everywhere I send you, you cannot perform. It means you got experience working, but you got experience for the wrong reason. You got bad experiences. So the idea that you're just going to elect somebody because they got experience. The question is, I'm not looking at experience. I'm looking at your output. Why you did when you were given a particular task to perform. That's why when you work in any organization, you say, okay, can't give us your report. Where you did quarterly performance report, yearly report. I want to see what you were able to do with a particular piece of job that was given you. I want to look at your working history and the output. The whole thing about somebody get experience. Okay, you get experience, but what you did with the experience? What can we point out to say, oh, these are some of the things you accomplished during your term as an agriculture minister or foreign minister or finance minister? I'm not just giving you a job or voting for you for president because you got experience. I want to know the kind of experiences you have, because experiences could be for the right reasons and it could be for the worst reason. I gave you a job twice. You cannot give me results about experience. Who cares about experience? I want the right experiences. Maybe are you there? I see you and your guy going back and forth in the studio. What's going on? You folks hearing me? I think Mayborn is out for now. I will take a little break. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Give me thumbs up, please, if you hear me. I don't know if I'm still on or I'm off because the people in the studio are not there. Just answer yes, please, if you are hearing me. If not, then I can take a break until Mayborn comes back. All right. I'm not getting any response, so I guess I'm off. All right, folks. See you in 15 minutes. Oh, Jaconti Sherman said yes, so me, I'm still online. But yes, that's it. I will take a quick break and be right back with Mayborn in the next 15 to 20 minutes. I don't know how soon they will be back because I didn't get any signal from him. He just went off. But all right, Jim David, that's good. So I'm still on. Yes, that's why it is, folks. We got so many boxes to check before we can pick a president or to cast out. But I was looking for people who give me a result. We're looking for people who can give a result, man. We're looking for people that can point out to say, you know what, this is what I did, this is how I was able to acquire your vote. I'm not talking about experiences. I know a bunch of folks have been working in government since I was in that point, and nothing good to show for their work in government. So the whole idea that you're just going to vote for somebody because they got experiences, no, we are not here for that. We got other people that can deliver. We're looking for hands-on people, looking for real executives, people with ideas and people that can give a result. It doesn't matter. It don't matter how long they've been working in government, whether they're even 5 years. It don't necessarily have to be government. It can be in businesses, it can be in the private sector. Once you find someone who can give you results, those are the people you vote for in politics. People with time-tested and proven record of giving results. That's how you vote. Talking about experience. Like Abraham Traore over there. we say he's been having all the experiences in the world. No, he's only 37, 38 years old. But look at how he's transforming your country. People that never worked in government before, just a military man. So we got to change the whole idea. We're looking for a result, like I said. We want people who will do things. We want people who can point at something and say, yeah, this is what I did, this is the work of my hands, and you can see the result from that. But anyway, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't gotten a feedback from Mabel. I came late. I didn't start the conversation, so I'm just dragging it until they can get back on. I don't know how soon he will be coming. But there are a lot of things happening in the country, and I'm totally in agreement with the people that said they won't attend because of the religious council. And I came across a story from the front page Africa, I think it was yesterday, about a teacher that is in the big trouble now. Apparently listening to SKTV about the whole WIAC, and they think about graduating students that never passed the standard that testing, and he defied them, even though they say he suspended with investigation. And he said their game plan against him was mostly politically driven. I don't know why, but I think he recommended that people that never passed the WISE or WIAC, that we used to call it, that they should graduate. And I think they were part of the ceremony. And now he's being the one targeted. But like I said, I stand with him. The whole idea that you can go to school all your life, that you shouldn't graduate, one of the highlights of your life, just because you didn't pass or standard that public test. I don't know what kind of logic there is. It makes no sense to me. I mean, there are people that pass WIAC, there are people that bought that test to even pass, even though they pass, they don't even know what they are passing for. So you got a kid that went to nursery and elementary school and junior high school, and one of the most important days of their life, you want to deny them because they didn't pass in some standard that test. I would say 1,000 times, not everybody was meant to take public tests. People got different level and different kind of intelligence. They got people who were C students that went on to do better in life than people with double masters or PhD. So the idea that just because you cannot pass in a standard that testing, you shouldn't graduate, I'm totally against that. I just hope the Ministry of Education, the government, can do something about it. Find another means. If you're going to give them some a prep course during their freshman year in college or university, do that. But let the kids that complete their post-secondary education be able to wear their gowns and have fun with their friends and family. That would be the best thing to do. But a lot happening. I know by Thursday we'll go in depth with Steve and maybe Mr. Cunningham on all these contract ratifications and all the Orento, and the, how they call this, accelerometer, and a lot of things happening, oil blocks, everything's on the table for discussion, but we'll do it on Thursday. I don't know how Mayborn started this show, and I don't know where to take it from, but a lot of things happen in the country, and we'll just follow. Around the world to America, yesterday was an important day. It was an important day in America, midterm, special elections, California, Virginia. California was a ballot initiative, nothing more than that. It was the most important one, but people didn't pay attention. Everybody focused on New York and Virginia, when in fact the main deal is in California. The main political calculus were in California yesterday, not the one happening in New York. The one that will determine who controls power during the midterm election for redistricting and gerrymandering, because you have people, like I said, you got people that are leaving from California, New York, and New Jersey. They're moving to other states, like Florida now, the hottest state, and I would say Texas, I would say North Carolina, and Georgia. These are the states that are attracting the most people migrating from these liberal states because of taxes and other issues. And they will be able to redraw the political map by adding additional congressional seats. So what you saw in New York, just for the theatrics, but the main thing happened, they called it Prop 50 in California yesterday. But we'll talk about that later. It's not the discussion for today. We'll talk about other stuff. So I don't know. But can you say as you hold on? Or more, I mean, or how they call it, maybe you don't want to tell me to hold on. I seen Sktv-Lib. Yeah, so go to church, folks. Listen to your religious leader, but I don't put too many trust in them that they can prove. You know, it's hard to quantify spirituality and people who preach religion, because they will tell you that you can question God. Yeah, we can see God. We only hope and believe in God. So I won't tell you not to read your Bible or to read your Quran, but I will tell you in the process of reading them, just be your own security, because there are many false prophets out there. They are not there for you. They are not there to preach morality and to make society better. They are there to push their own interest. Matter of fact, in the country of Liberia, where you got all the challenges in terms of job creation, matter of fact, there are a lot of people, there are a lot of men of God now that are even belly driven. They are just as equally as corrupt as a politician. The only difference is They are hiding beyond religion. So be careful, man, who you listen to and who you follow, man. I guess some men of God and I follow. I listen to them. I yield to their advice. I pray with them. Yeah, but equally so, the Bible will tell you, I don't know about the Quran. They say you should study to show yourself approve it. You should be on the lookout because there will be men that will come saying, coming in the name of God. So be careful. I know the Bible told people that. You just need to read it and watch out for the signs. As a matter of fact, the Bible gave you signs. It gave you a blueprint or template to use to be able to differentiate a real man of God from a fake man of God. And say you choose to go with the wind. But the Bible itself gave you play-by-play description what to watch for when you see a fake man of God or any religious person. So be out there, do your thing, but be a watchman. It's not bad being a watchman. I saw another video too about the president. For one thing, I think one thing I said on the show, this guy they call Will Dabble, or I think DB about the president's health. I think for me, I said it. I'm now a doctor. I spent a very long time in the hospital in recent memory. So I'm not saying that I can diagnose people, but I just look at the president's physical shape and structure. I said, no, the former president, I would say. And now people saying, oh, the president is sick. I'm like, if you are sick, my brother, we are all susceptible to sickness. Go and seek treatment. Go and treat yourself. Forget about the politics. Take a sabbatical. Because whether you're a 5-year-old or you're 10-year-old or 50-year, you still have health challenges. I've seen kids as young as 8 months old. I was in the hospital when my pikin was there. I saw an 8-month-old baby with a leaky heart valve. Can you imagine? 8 months old. So what are you talking about? You that have been on this planet for almost 50 plus years or more than 50 plus years. Yeah, you have been sick, but people pretending that you are okay and trying to ignore the reality. Man, go and take care of yourself. There will always be time for politics. Your health comes first. It's one of the things you focus on more than every money because you need your body to be able to help you find money. So if you can take care of your health, then it means that you are the biggest joker on this planet. Your health comes before money. Because with good health, you can look for money. But when you have money, you cannot use the money that you spend all your time working for to go and spend it on reclaiming your health. It makes no sense. So I'll tell anyone, whether you're in politics, whether you're a regular person, you're a rich person or not, prioritize your health. When your body starts giving you signs that something is not working properly, make sure you pay all your attention to it, spend all the money you have and regain your health because it will take you a long way. And I heard Will Dabble saying that the president is in Ghana. I don't know. But I knew from the photo for a man that is very energetic, always in the limelight. I mean, you could just tell that he's not feeling well. You know, dancing, sitting in the seat, not showing a bunch of energy or bursts of enthusiasm. I just knew something was not right. But they have people, they call them a cheering squad that will play politics with everything. They would be there defending. They say, oh, the former president was in the gym, you were living on. Yeah, sick people can go to the gym. Who told you that because you go to the gym, it means you are not sick? Matter of fact, most sick people go to the gym, they got other pre-existing health conditions, and they go to the gym to optimize their health. So the fact that you are in the gym doesn't necessarily mean that you are 100% well or you are doing okay. No, a sick person can also go to the gym. It all depends on the kind of a sickness or the kind of a disease condition you are experiencing. So don't fall into that. Yeah, but folks, we're doing okay on Sktv. A lot to be said. I'm getting for Melbourne to come back. I don't know what's happening other than what I cover up in the country. A lot of things happening. A lot I just haven't been following for the past couple of days. And Melbourne is the one that's setting the agenda for today. So maybe when he gets back, we'll go in depth. Yep. I don't know what's happening again from the CNC. I think I saw something from Chairmanability or somebody from the CNC posted. I didn't read it, but I skimmed over something. The whole thing about the bridge issue. I don't know how far it is. What will be their next step? We talked about it yesterday. So it's not something we're going to spend all our time on. I just hope there could be a way out. And we are waiting to hear from the people that are in the communities that are being impacted directly. We really want to hear from them, but guess what? Not too many of them will be able to make calls or stand up for their own benefits. So I know that for sure. And nothing is going to change on that. I just hope the chairman and his party can find other means or other avenue, maybe if they want to make more impact. But I'm just sensing this thing that they are not getting the credit that they deserve. I'm seeing it from the past elections in Nema County to the communities dweller themselves that are the direct beneficiary. Something is just not right. Because but now, yeah, we were seeing a pushback from the people. It would have been a lot of noise in Liberia now, especially for communities that the CMC earmarked to carry on this project. Yeah, but nothing. So it means the people themselves, they are in total agreement with the government for suppressing this project. We discussed it yesterday, so there's nothing need to say about that. That's Liberia for you. For the people, man, you cannot predict. Even the thing here is the one that puzzles me is even if you are not for CMC or you will not even vote for CMC, the fact of the matter that you're not taking this initiative and it impact your community directly. I mean, you got to be out there. You don't have to support them per se, but you at least you still must come out there and support them. You must be on the side of the people that are trying to make you help you do better. But nothing. It's total silence. They could care less. Yeah. So I don't think it's the number of breach or the number of breaches that you are going to build. It all depends on people respond to what you are doing. If they appreciate it, and if it might help you politically, no, it's yet to be seen. And I said it from day one. They started with the gasoline issue. They will not stop. They will keep going. They will keep pushing it. And it's not only chairmanability, it's to other political leaders out there too. Maybe they might come into the picture later, but they will still be targeted. I know Unity Party is not going to take nothing off the table. They will do anything and everything to to consider the power. That I know them for sure. They are professionals in doing this stuff. They will target people. They will use all kind of means, asymmetrical means to suppress their political rivals. So just be ready for the fight. So if you are Simon Fremont or you are Alexander Cummings, you are how to call the other guy, all of you got to be on the lookout, man. You guys better work something out and put together a really, really strong opposition to go after Unity Party because you are in it for a long ride. They won't stop. They will keep going. And that's the nature of power in politics. You want to maintain control. You want to stay there. You don't want to take over state power. You want to keep going for the longest. So get ready for the fight. The fight is not easy. You will take punches along the way, but that's the nature of the game, my people. All right. I think it's 16 minutes past the hour. I guess maybe we'll be back anytime from now, and then we can continue the conversation. I never can prepare today. I just joined Mayborn, so we are having a random discussion now. We'll be listening to you guys. Maybe our people should call and blast our our religious leader. Yeah, they think about your pastor now. People respect their pastor more than even their own husbands and wives and their own fathers and mothers. I mean, I believe in men of God. I believe that some of them are ordained by God to preach the gospel and to spread the good news, but there's a limit. There are roles that they play in society. The whole thing, as Steve can say, whole day calling your pastor daddy, daddy, daddy. No, he's not your daddy. He's a shepherd spiritually. He's a spiritual. He's a spiritual lead. The whole thing, yeah, respect them, but there's a limit too. You can just fall for all these things. That's why people are weaponizing it for their own benefit because they believe that you're falling for it too much. That you can see something that really don't make sense, and still you will fall for it in the name of religion. Are you kidding me? Somebody come, right? Like I was saying in recent time, somebody come here, they take something, some olive oil they buy from the store, they put it in 3 separate bottles, different sizes and shit, and charge you a different amount in the name of some holy oil. Okay. I understand people used to be anointed back in the day with oil, whether it was for healing purposes. I don't know the whole marketing aspect that they were dividing it or distributing oil based on the size of the bottle and charging you different amount. I mean, even the Christ that you follow, where in the ministry or where in the Bible you saw people buying oil by the size of the gallon or the size of the container in the name of blessing. So you're telling me that based on the contribution that I made, that will be the size of my blessing. So if I buy a holy oil for $250, my blessing will be more than the one that could give or that could for $50. That's nonsense. You know it's not scriptural, it's not biblical. I don't know other religions because I don't study them, but I don't think it will work in other religions equally so. So why you keep falling for this nonsense in the name of men of God? And that's why those guys are standing against. They are corrupt, most of them, not all of them. The only difference is the vast majority of them are so corrupt that these days to really see the good ones is very tough because too many of them have abused religion. So I'm not against them. I stand with them. In their name says they all stand. They are standing up for the right causes. We need to put pressure on people because when I was a kid in Liberia growing up, I knew the real men of God and I was standing up to the authority. I can name them on the platform because we used to hear that name on radio every day after the war. Sheka from Kone, Jeremiah Walker, or Toya Davis, or Africula, I know Africula, Alfred G. Reed. These were the guys that were standing up to government. Can you imagine if you are going to resist or stand up to the regime of a man of Charles Taylor? Then it means you are a real strong man of God. It means that you cannot have behind the Bible. They were vocal. They were
our best to link up with our team to continue with the broadcast. Mark, thank you so much, my dear brother. We're back after the news break. Sorry that due to some technical glitches, we were unable to broadcast the news live. But again, thank you for following behind the scene. And almost everything, nothing is off track or so forth. So let me say maybe that one or two that they didn't talk about, which I talk about the issue of Mo Ali post about giving a contract to our neighboring or our West African brothers and sisters. But again, there were questions that were asked as to what happened to our Liberian businesses that have been strangulated, that our government continue to downplay and so forth, that they are crying. In fact, most of them, they even turn to spectators. So maybe you will see that. I don't know whether you saw that post, but you were talking about the Sierra company that they was to build a road from Freeport all the way to Achimekor to Grand Cayman and there. So I think that entire deal is still ongoing, right, at the Liberian Senate, and the Senate, they are still going through that. So yeah, that's what I was talking about before you chip in on the show. But so far, I think we are still on course. So thank you for holding on. And yes, so that's it. Maybe you want to chip in also on that.
No, I was just giving you a narrative about this religious leader, right? I say, time change. And I can remember I was picking in school in Liberia when after the war, we used to hear about the Interfaith Mediation Council. These were real men of God. These were God that was standing up to the government. Matter of fact, even when there are peace talk and negotiation, some of them were invited to get their input, civil society and these religious council. I was naming some of them. Jeremiah Walker, Archbishop Barker, for instance, Atokula, Alfred G. Reed, Sheikh Kanfuman Kone, or I don't know his name, from the Islamic faith. And they even have another government, the Baha'i faith. They are not planting in Liberia, but the Baha'i faith is another faith that been in Liberia for a very long time. You don't hear about them too much, but they got people that practice the Baha'i stuff. One of them were on that mediation council. But these days, my brother, the so-called men of God, they can't even differentiate themselves from the regular people. So I don't know. They are more corrupt now. They are part of the system.
And they are the more hungry group of people. Let me just say that way, because in fact the way they send themselves out, like in fact they are the one that even struggling even more than the masses. I don't get it. How will you want to be, like, for example, you are the leader of the people more, but then you are even backing even more than the leaders and more than the people. And the people, they continue to, have that brave heart and say, no, we don't want, maybe one thing for ourselves, or maybe something that will be there to only benefit maybe few hundred people, no, but we want things that will be there for all of us. But no, the leaders just up and down. All they want is how to be recognized by government in, government out. So for me, Mark, I think for us, when it comes to the issue of religious people, having religious people talking on the day, I think the politicians and the religious people, all of them, they are also, like they are in bed in how to suffer our people. Let me say that way, because there are a lot of schools, Mark, even in the Leeward counties, that are not operating. What are people doing?
No, matter of fact, somebody can only see political vision. Because they think that when they come up with this vision, they will get some kind of a favor, financial favor in return. So even the vision is being political, because you cannot question the vision. It's something that you cannot see, that what they call a vision, right? But the vision, and they tilting the vision, claiming that they are hearing from God just to get a political favor, right? To get something in return. And you talk about the issue of Mo Ali. The issue of Mo Ali is something we discussed yesterday. That's just why it is. It's seeing lawmakers and most of the people in government, they got these fake companies they will create overnight to get more government contract. And matter of fact, they won't prioritize Liberian owned businesses. And the only reason you should be giving foreign businesses or leverage in a negotiation or giving them contract if you cannot find the expertise back home from the local how it's supposed to be. But every contract is supposed to be given to a Liberian, except a Liberian owned company or business is not in the position to give you the result that you want in terms of performing that job. Then you look for international expert to come in and fill in the gap. But in the case of Liberia, even the incentive we give to our Liberian owned businesses, they are denied them just so they cannot qualify for this contract. So, my brother, I don't know what to say. we keep singing this song on Sktv all the time, and nothing changed. People cannot even do any pushback against the government or the bidding process. The business owner themselves, they are not raising. They're not bringing awareness to the public too. This is when all the businesses Liberian will be having conferences coming on radio. But in Liberia, everything is political. Everybody want to do it individually. Nobody want to work in a team, in a group. And you will only be victimized because if the public is not paying attention to this thing, then more than likely you will not even get the support from the public. You just keep complaining, oh, we Liberian own business. We never got a contract. They deny, the incentive the government pour in their own PPCC, arrangement. We are not getting it. Why do you think that is happening? You got to raise awareness. You got to go out there and sell. Because technically you are also into politics. Because business is sometimes tied into politics, right? The people that make the laws are the one that give you the contract. And in order to get a contract, you got to play some politics. But if you sit there and say, oh, I'm only a businessman, no, a businessman indirectly too is also a politician because you pay taxes to the government. So if you sit there and you cannot raise the awareness, you cannot bring it to the public attention to gain some sympathy and support, then more than likely those guys in the House and in the Senate, most of them are doing the back deal. They will keep giving you shorthand. That's all I can say.
And more to that, actually, you are quite correct. That's why most of our businesses, in fact, most of the companies, most of the petty traders, as you may call, that's why they are not growing because, I don't even understand why would government want to even seek international contractors if you haven't even checked within your own system to check to see as to whether this person can do it. Well, for example, Mark, if you can do it, then you impart A. They do not want to help. In fact, they don't want to give you the contract. You see the kind of country will leave you, Mark. You can do it though, 100%. But just because you are not part of their party, so they are looking for people that are in their party. In fact, they will go out there and bring most of the old records. For example, the party was founded in 1990. When you join the party, they want to know because they want to give you the contract so that they think that as long as you have that contract, that means the party will benefit 100%. You see the mindset? So it's not about the contract anymore, but it's about the party benefiting 100%. Now to that, Mark, these same people, they will give you the contract. In fact, they will put up the bill here and there, pretending that in fact that they put up bills here and there for people to go out there to apply. But now they already know what's up. They already know their person of interest that they want already, but they will do these things just to blufffool the people. And when you're right, the business people, they sit back, they complain, they cry, but to come out to the public or to the media and have press conference or even talk shows, they won't do it, but they sit back.
Anything you have to say to the public, that all politics is all about public awareness, right? Public perception. If things happen in the country, the same thing with some of the government or disgruntled or disenchanted employees, right? Okay, you go protest. You're unnecessary. You're coming from the Ministry of Education or the Ministry of Internal Affairs. But the same thing that impact you happening in other ministries. Why not put together and congregate and make a bigger noise about it to get the public awareness? No, people want to do things in those smaller pockets and smaller segments. And if you keep operating like that, you are not going to benefit. With the whole business aspect, when they talk about, the economy doing good, but only two things can be happening. When the economy is doing good, it just means people are optimistic and they are spending money, the money circulating. When the economy is not doing good, it just means that people are holding on to the little money that they have because they are not sure of the future. The same people who will tell you they want to create jobs are the one that depriving Liberian owned businesses and giving them the incentive for them to create jobs. Because here's the thing, you give a Liberian owned enterprise contracts, they are going to hire other Liberians. When they hire other Liberians, what happens? They pay the Liberian. When they pay the Liberian, they send Liberian pay taxes back to the government and go home and feed their
family,
pay their children's school fee, their hospital bill. So technically, if we empower more Liberians, then immediate money will circulate in the country, and then we can all have a little piece of the pie. Then the economy will do better. But the fact of the matter, you're going to hire some foreign contractor. A foreign contractor, what are you going to do? You're going to do capital flight. He's going to take the money and carry away. So it means you are only hurting the country more if you keep giving contract to people from different businesses or contractors from other countries. When you should be empowering more Liberians and even giving them, like I said, why you cannot give them incentive to create more Liberian-owned businesses? And how it works? Every contract should be given to a Liberian first. If you cannot find that particular level of expertise and to give you the kind of a result, then you start looking for people from outside. That's how I know it works. I haven't seen in my lifetime in this country wherein a federal contract will be given to some Chinese friend. No.
For me, I don't even get it more. You're saying that, in fact, you want to grow. You're saying that, in fact, poverty is eating you up. Even when you say same money here, you say the same money and give it to foreign people to come and carry the money. When you have your own, okay, more let's assume that maybe you have your little company and you don't have the equipment where you can do the work. Let me tell you, Monk, we went when we were building our tower here at Sktv-Lib. You know, I want to understand. When we were building our tower here, Monk, the person that the contractor, the man, he could do the work 100% Monk. But guess what? The man was lacking one thing. That was one simple equipment that he was lacking at that moment. Even in building the tower, but when we were doing the work, there was this engineer that was passing, you know, and he saw us without pullings. You know, when you're holding the tower up, you got to be doing that pulling system where you got to be holding and you be going up. So when the guy saw us more, the guy came and said, oh, wow, I can help. I have the pulling claim system that I can just, you know, pull it, and immediately the machine will take it up and the person up there will hold it. So we think that our job. And then when in fact, the guy from the US, Monk, is a Liberian who also based in the US. So when the guy brought his equipment, Monk, they think that was taking us a week. Monk, in less than 2-3 days, we go far. But the contractor who was contracted by Honorable Musa Hassan, they stay here, the contract, but you also subcontract.
Yeah, you can do that. If you lack certain equipment, you can subcontract, which means, my man, I got a contract here that worth $5 million, but I can give you 500,000 and give me the equipment to get it. That's how it is. But even in this great country, the people in this country knew that, like, almost more than only 2% of the federal workforce of the entire population work for the federal government. 98% of us in this country work for private enterprises and businesses. When the COVID came, right, government allocated billions of dollars. You know what they did? Just to subsidize payroll to maintain those businesses, because they know that if the private sector collapse, the whole country will collapse. The thing is, you cannot claim that you want to help people and then you keep making life difficult for them. You got to make life easier for them. So even the government wrote check to businesses, you have to keep their employees on payroll. That's how it should be done. You get all the $800 million budget. Okay, you got to build road, you got to build school, you got to build hospital. All those contracts should be given to Liberian-owned businesses, and you should incentivize more Liberians for opening businesses. But you don't want that. You carry to some man from Guinea, you want to go to Igbo, no, because they think when they, in order to award these foreign businesses into Liberia to undertake the contract, they will have to pay them a huge kind of a kickback.
Yes,
if you get to Liberian, they feel that Liberian will feel entitled, that they deserving of it, and they won't get nothing much in return. So technically, if you bring another contractor from Sierra Leone, before you get the contract, I need 10% of the contract, and then I can get 3. You take 6%. That's just what they're doing.
And that's true, Mark. That's the kind of look. People don't want to see some of our brothers and sisters. The government, this one happening. Look, the people eat almost 98% and give you sometimes even 1%, but you don't know, because for you all your entire life, everything you see is politics. You have a bunch of people, a lot of our young people who are volunteering to places back to back. If you even open the land, you will know people more. Can you imagine? You have engineers. Every year, time for graduation, you put out engineers from federal colleges or other universities around here. Now, that would be good ali for them. Okay, you this company that will give me a contract to, please. We, after our survey here and there, I think we have close to almost 700 engineers here and there, but we'll give you 50 or 100. Please, we want you to give the more. Then you are expanding. You opening the knowledge now for people to be brave, for people to be able to contribute to their own country. But they may learn engineering, they may into an NTA, for example. They may like NTA men now. What kind of country is this?
They mean like NTA, go NTA, whether
National Transit.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. But more, it is indeed interesting and it's frustrating. That's why we are not moving anywhere to the people. So more, let me be frank. For me, that post, I have serious issue. If you want to empower people, empower your own country people first.
Yep.
That's what the Bible says. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. The Bible says hate yourself and love people. No. Love yourself first. And when you just put it the right way, give the contract to your people if no one around or no one able. And nobody, I don't think people, one more. Even the way they can do some of the contract, about you see, about they will always be condemning Liberians because they take most of the money.
Mm-hmm.
And they want you contractor who don't even have money already.
Quality result, quality service, and it can work.
Okay.
Because the contractor got to go spend some capital. The contractor almost like a businessman who just looking for a little profit. Yeah, the man will build a road for $5 million, and you give him how do you call it, 1.5 million, and you want quality road. No, the money you are giving him is not even sufficient to cover a mile of the road in terms of the quality and the output of the work. So remember,
and you want a court, you that minister, you that deputy, you that operation, all of them they want a court. In fact, what are you the contractor? What are you get money? You pay people. It's up to you
to pre-finance
their concern.
Yep.
Give them a court.
Yep. Yes, a court. And some of them cannot even pre-finance the contract because when you're a contractor, you got to be able to carry certain financial costs to initiate the project while you're waiting for the government check to come in. So some of them can't even meet the requirement, but guess what? Because that kickback, they will still force them. It got to be part of the requirement. Maybe when you say you're a construction company, I expect you to have certain equipment, to be having certain capital in your bank account to be able to initiate a project. And then while you starting the project, then the government can say, "Mama, you know what? Next month we're writing you a check to cash it out." But you don't even get money. Your business even get headquarters. But you say you are a contractor. Mama, I go hear from our people who any day.
We hear from our people, man. 0770-203125. You know the country is just look. Don't even think about deporting some of us because Liberia are very interesting. So let's go to the line to interact with you. Our callers 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call this evening. Also, the WhatsApp number is also there. Let me move to this caller quickly. David King, good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
You see, the contract that the government tries to give to the Sierra company, that company does not even have the money. They are going to look for the money to do the project. But let's look at it this way. Why this government even choose to go bring a Sierra company here who got so many Liberian companies, so they got capital. They able to undertake such a contract. And they are talking about putting two on the road after building the road.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're going to put two on the road, but every people that will go to and from, they have to pay the two. The money generated from them, they will generate their own money, including their own profit. Why, if you want to do such a thing, why can't you look at more like an engineer who has the company, who has the record of building roads in our country to do such a thing? But you will take our money and carry to different countries to make millions there and leave our country very poor. What is our idea is that? They rescue, they're looking to rescue us, they're going to rescue us to make sure we don't break it. So what not beauty? Is that how they're going to rescue us? I don't get the kind of methodology that big guys are using. Big guys are very poor in their thinking. They are poor in their thinking. But I know what the Mr. Baga is doing this because you concern and also you want to make the arena weekend wall like you and that's why he chooses to go the right way.
All right.
Man.
All right. Thank you. Keep a call coming 0770203125. That's the number for you to call this evening to be part of the SKTV show. We're right here on May week. Yes, indeed. Today is Wednesday, the 5th of November. The month of November is gradually moving. Yes, you know, we always say gradually moving. So again, keep your calls coming 0770203125. That's the number this evening. SKTV. We're here talking about issues affecting our society. Maybe you want to chip in with a STEM issue, yeah. And they will also talk about STEM, saying that in fact they will not have any meeting with any religious people because they feel that the religious people are biased. In fact, they are being compromised according to them. So, or according to STEM. So let me go to the line and pick this call. Hello.
Good evening, bro. And I want to say good evening to the men listening us in our country and on the platform this evening.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
All right, this is the voice of Abadekwa Nigeria, and our phone in from Lima County to be precise, Secretary Division of Sherry, and the chairperson of the intellectual class of the Sherry.
Okay.
Let me first appreciate am I live?
Yes, you are live. Go ahead, my brother.
All right, thank you. My extension of June to the issue of the Council of Churches. The Council of Churches, in my mind, they are very bold to a need because the Council of Churches we used yesterday, it is not the Council of Churches today. They observe those people who stay hearing the Council of Churches. They are more political than being religious to me. Because we expect the Council of Churches whenever things happening that it is not in the interest of the Liberian people to intervene and press the people. But then you observe that many of them will take a charge and money may go. Many of those hurricanes that are staying our government system today, they are from churches. And some of them even from more than other. So, and my argument would have to square it before the Council of Churches. I will also look at the Muslim Council. You get me? If for any reason the state also follow Modiba Moru to a meet, even though the message will be good, but the messenger, Modiba Moru yesterday, he was the chairperson of the CDC. And those guys, when the CDC was moving this corner, they gave this for the economy. So for them to discard itself as a civil society organization, asking that they want to switch on the other people, I think it is happening, it is frustrating, and it is regrettable.
All right, thank you. To this caller, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor, and good evening to the many listeners.
Yes, my brother, go ahead.
This is the voice of the people's checker, and to the biggest star, I join you from Sokola to Shifu.
Yes, yeah, go ahead, Peter.
All right, I want to say thank you to Lyria Kobe for splendid conversation this evening. I don't know what we will try to pamper any kind of group of people in the society. Let us first of all agree with Ken for that segment when it comes to religious leaders. I do believe that they are intellectually and they are compromised. But you see, I'm not speaking for before the war. I want to speak now after the war. There have been no other political party have been corrupt against the forward march of Liberia as compared to this breed of people called United Party. In fact, this guy who they are proposing to be investor enforcing all us in Liberia is a Australian guy who is battling on 60 million corruption deal in his own country. They are even talking about seizing his election. It's the same guy who they are bringing here, and the guy is very much clear and telling us that you don't have money, it's depending on people who owe him money from Ghana or whatever country. You see the guy in the company like him? That share pay, you know, if you have to bring it, if you don't even have money that depending on who to pay, then you keep the year like a day for country, if you have to I can give my children before I can stay. The man owing.
All right. Thank you so much, the man owing. To this caller, good evening, please. Let's stick to the time, 1 minute at least. Go ahead. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Well, keep your calls coming 0770203125. That is the number for you to call this evening to be part of the SKTV show. And trust me, you'll be live on Super FM 96.1. If a non-Nigerian coming, or maybe for our oil block, that the other people coming for the road. So the country getting interesting. Liberia is indeed interesting. It's an interesting country. Very good, my people. Don't get vexed. That's it. You know, keep your calls coming 0770203125. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Dora here. I joined from District 1 Bon County, Delta.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us for Bon County.
Yeah, you want to thank you for the show tonight. You know, the issue about this government, they are just disappointed like people in a sense. Well, we have a lot of sons and daughters in Liberia who have a very good company that they cannot do, even say that that's our contract. But for the president taking a Saudian company to come and pay ruling Liberia, I don't think it's fair to the Liberian people or to the business community. So I think the president has to really think so that he want to at least to invest in Liberia businesses, or even in Liberia construction company, then taking a company from consortium that would take millions of dollars on Liberia and go and develop their country. So thank you for the show tonight.
Thank you, my dear brother, for joining us from Bon County. That's magnificent. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, good evening to panelists. So nothing will be left for our bunch of things that to come in the country and live on our religion. People are sitting looking at it. Never when in the world you will see foreigner kind of selling everything to people that own the country. Foreigner selling say they need to honor 30 days that like Prince will be in. And nobody is talking about it. Some of you that can go and even talk, they are not giving ear to you. What will become of us or our unfortunate 10 to 20 years to come? Therefore, the country is trying slowly. This country is trying slowly.
Well,
I want to thank you for the discussion, yeah?
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Our sister there from, I think, somewhere around Mount Barclay. Keep your calls coming 0770203125. But Louis Pong. Right? He said Louis. We're not calling people to come and take our oil. We're calling them to come and face our oil. Look, this country. I mean, so high with politicians. Hello to Brother Louis. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, my dear brother.
You and my man, Mom, on it today. Mom, President Mom, how you doing, my man?
More okay, though.
Mom, I'd like to say how's up to you.
Well, Louis, I'm okay. I'm doing great, brother.
They call the company is POVFO.
Me, I'm calling name before go make mistake with the name. So tell me what you calling it.
It's a Sierra Leone construction friend.
Okay.
And I want to commend the legislature. I was there. I hope Mom is listening. I was there the day before yesterday. And one thing I admire about the legislature, the public hearing continues. It will be up to pretty close to the 15th. We want to do sufficient scrutiny. The government arm was there, the ministers were there from the Ministry of Finance, and then the legislature, the committee on public rights and what have you. They're talking about the 300 plus kilometer beginning from St. Paul Bridge to Bon Waterside. I've been reading, I've read 2 paragraphs now, they're very voluminous, and they are saying what I'm getting more is that it's a public-private partnership. This Sierra Leone company, the construction friend, has been building a road from NS Lakruma before Malabio. So Malabio took over. NS Lakruma is the past president before Malabio. NS Lakruma went for 10 years to 10. And then Malabio took over and continues with this.
So, Brother Louis, you want me ask you this question. So, what will happen?
Let the man give it.
Okay, go ahead. I was looking at the channel right before me.
Okay, go ahead.
So, government is going to a public-private partnership with a Sierra Leone construction friend. There were a lot of beautiful questions that were asked by the legislature during the public hearing. One of the questions
what is it? Construction firm, they pay for road history. And then they were able to outline the build roads in Guinea, in Sierra Leone. They were from the past government, the current government continue with them. And then the build roads in Gambia. I took interest because myself wanted to know their history. And then they even got an outstanding of $70 million in the Gambia. That should be paid by the Adama Barrow, the Gambian government. But what I don't understand is that I do agree government is going to public-private partnership. What about our local friend here? Because we got some good friend here. But let me tell you, for example, the one from Madonna went to West News, MPMC. Depending on where around here, SSF. But what I don't know, what they don't have the capacity, what they don't have that money, because they're saying from St. Paul Bridge to Blue Side, the entire Grand Cape Man going to Rowersburg corridor. So why are they leaving our local friend? Is it on the basis of the capacity? These are the questions. I'll be asking my question. They said we can channel our question through the committee, and the committee can raise the questions. I'll be there next week again for the public hearing. Are they not hiring our local construction friend because they don't have the capacity? Is that why they're going out for us, our friend? Because I want to pose my question. I was there, I didn't answer the question. I've been listening. Those some of the lawmakers I've been asking very good questions during the public hearing, and I think it's good. But I want to know what's the basis. But because the initial subject that is a public-private partnership that means Liberia government is collaborating with P-Fort construction firm from the 300 plus kilometer from St. Paul Bridge to Bowanasa. So maybe we can go on with your question. I'm not the
No, I think you already passed through my question. You are saying that.
We got a lot of construction friends.
Cool.
Whether they lack the capacity, the financial ability, or the white history, because this guy is bringing the region. I don't want to lie him, yes, because I don't know. I'm not sure I will get to the radio and start saying negative things. If I can get but a lawmaker raised an issue. One caller said it. A lawmaker raised an issue that he's into some 16 billion deficit in Sierra Leone, and then he said this issue of the 60 million at Malabio Group say they shouldn't take NS Command Group guy for the past government to build a road. He said it's the current group that raised that issue on him because Malabio hired him to continue all of the roads in Sierra Leone. They gave 70% of the road, but then the guy said no, but I own a construction company. So he said it's not a domestic fight between Sierra Leone. He said, but they got for the past government. Why you Malabio giving the road again? So he said it is the class that are raising this allegation and accusation against him about money, but his firm is reputable. They have a record. We can check on their record and this and that. But it's a good public area. I'll let you.
Yeah. So Louis, let me ask you maybe one or two questions because some of our old folks, you know, you're speaking BB books and making BB terminologies here and there. But our people want to know when you talk about the public partnership and so on. Yeah, because mind you, I can remind you there are a lot of small things that have been done around here. Like for example, the Farmington Hotel or the Farmington Place and the Invisible. These are things that somehow our people be hearing. Someone knew like, oh, it's 25 years, it's 15 years, it's 20 years. So what are you talking about when you talking about the public partnership? How are you going to be like?
Excellent, Milton, and that's a beautiful question. And Milton, before I answer that question, I'd like to concord with you among that our local friend, be it construction, be it they should be prioritized because the only way we can get rich. Look at the Sierra Leone, their friend now, they prioritize their own local friend, and the Ghanaian prioritize that. Even if they bring in a foreign friend, the foreign friend who has the millions of dollars, the billions of dollars, will partnership with the local friend, and then they will share the money. We have to prioritize. We have too many local friends here. They might not have the capacity, but government has to be intentional. Government has to be deliberate to say this guy, you work with them, say you have the funding. Public-private partnership is where government has a role, and then the company who come in with the money too has their part to play, because that is the basis, that is the subject that we're getting from this P-Fort road construction firm that will be partnershiping with the Liberian government from that huge kilometer. They're going to make a lot of money, although government has us start to play. So for our listening audience, basically, is government collaborating, government combining, government getting together, because maybe once we to break it down. Government and this Sierra Leone construction firm will join together to have that special rule, and they will put on that rule as well. But maybe I'm going to the public hearing Tuesday. I will be there again.
All right.
Because this is a very huge 300 plus kilometer issue for support bridge to go one side.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Luis. Let's take one or two more calls, then we'll go back to most of our list. We can have a little time. Hello, to this caller. Good evening.
Hello, Mabel.
Yes, my brother, quickly, go ahead.
We are saying that the money that we're going to put into that project for foreign companies, they should be placed there for a Nigerian company. That's just all. All the other explanations. Look, Malabengo, the government will co-sponsor our whole stuff. So when you co-sponsor here, we're saying that if you get this KPK, that guy with a road construction company from Liberia, you gave him a particular, construction or tax.
I think ABK. Yeah, you're right.
ABK. Yeah. ABK is going to do that job, and ABK is going to collect some of all the big doing job. But you want to bring a freedom friend, and they are going to
forget that one, my man.
And that trend is now a good trend.
My man, lead that team, man. But with the freedom, but not too gonna go eat some. Your book, man. You're let me. Yeah, Mark, we gotta go here, that man. But Mark, I'm mostly interested in the private public partnership or Hachimeko, because these are things sometimes when these things are not really explained to our people, they feel that, oh yeah, the other government get a play off for 50 years, 25 years, and so on. But what say you, Mark? Mark? Well, so it's like Mark, maybe we having some issues in connecting with Mark. But again, Louis, let me say thank you. Actually, I wanted to ask you about what wrong if the government give the contract to our own Liberians, and you already said that in your talk. But again, that's good, because Louis, all we are saying here is that empower your own. Louis, the first thing in every life, nobody want to neglect their family and go to the other family. No. You know, all these things in the Bible. The Bible also talk about you, a pastor or a man of God or whosoever, they're not able to take good care of their family, neglect their family. That person is, in fact, terrible. So if you're not able to empower your own or your people, you're running out there to empower other people. Then for me, I don't even know how to really describe you. But Mark, thank you at least that you were able to recalibrate. What's up? Go ahead.
Yeah, my network got interrupted. Just when you asked me the question, when I'm about to respond, my whole system started spinning. Yeah. But maybe that's a very good question. And we on Sktv, we want to bring the facts. We are not going to jump the gun. We will follow this story. Because the question is, and I think Louis late. That's what I say. At a certain point in time, Louis will have to join our panel here during the weekdays. He got to find some time. If we will cover that cause, we'll cover that, because Louis, he can bring some information out, and he always make people to think out of the box. That the question we're asking, are the local firm not capable of undertaking this project? That's one. Why are you interested in the company? I'm not questioning whether they have built roads before. The question is, why was somebody contract? Why was somebody outcome for that project? Like Louis said, they work on the two president. And the question is, why will our government be interested in public-private partnership with this government? I mean, with this particular firm. I understand when a firm want to take out a contract, they come and join the bidding process, they win the bid, they win the bid. Why this term is public-private partnership? I want to know that. And can we go back looking at the portfolio from this corporation or company to see where they have been involved in public-private partnership, or they just been winning bids on contract? Because if they does not have the history of getting into a, because public-private partnership is all about reducing the risks. It's all about looking into the future in terms of revenue sharing. It means that the company got interest in that project. In the future, maybe you can do resource sharing, you can do maintenance sharing, what they call public-private partnership. The government in collaboration with a company.
That's my concern.
Yeah. While this time around is public-private partnership rather than a regular standalone contract. That's why I want to know. But like I said, it's too early for us to jump the gun. We will keep following this hearing, and we will bring our people the real story when we get all the information, because this is something very interesting. I didn't hear about public-private partnership when it came to Ito and Iboma, even though their contract was to the tune of close to $1 billion that they didn't go through. Why this time around this government is interested in a public-private partnership for road construction in Liberia. I haven't heard of it in recent time. I didn't hear about it. I just want to know this time around what informed the decision that we should get in a public-private partnership with a corporation coming to construct roads in Liberia. That's all I want to do, but we'll stop there for the day, my brother. Let me stop there.
Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you so much. We got to go home. And let me say thanks to all of our followers. And in fact, those of you that are calling also, Louis, thank you so much. So, the most detail. The time is here. The station or the platform is available anytime. If you are free, or maybe if you're home, you have strong internet, you can also join us also from whatever place that you think you will be, Louis. So, and that would be good. But again, folks,
maybe they get another fancy way or put a few corrupt feature on the books to be receiving money into the future in this on the contract.
You're not what I'm thinking about. Retirement package. That entire thing is all about retirement package for certain people. So, folks, that's it. We got to go home now. No time. We got to go. Our news team already on our back. So, yeah, good night from our end here.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and part of the club. Monitor people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here the premise of them. So welcome and live with African.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make you again Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And yes, I know money. The more I go, and you love me. The more I go,
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't clear ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't clear ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get now ya to money. That's the TV, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and part of the club. Monitor people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise my best. To work with my life with us, yeah. From Grandpa to Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Vancouver, Bombay, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backwater, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.